I do not want to see Titus Howard's old slow ass at left guard. I do not want to see it. I am sick and tired of it. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead. Your host, as always, Harley Dugan. Good morning, Texans fans. Good morning. The Texans have wrapped up day 2, and I am here to give you my draft grades. It's exactly what I'm about to do. If anybody saw me at the draft party yesterday, appreciate running into you. Appreciate you still watching the channel. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So again, we are less than 300 away from 8,000 subscribers, and we are less than 3,000 away from 10K. Just feels like so crazy to even think about that. But let's move forward with the Houston Texans. Again, they just finished day 2 as of last night. If anybody missed Nick Caserio's little wrap up of day 2 press conference, it's on the Houston Texans YouTube channel. Make sure to check it out to get an either his side of the perspective on Kamari Lassiter, Blake Fisher, and Kalen Bullock. We're going to deep dive into all 3 of them right now. And I definitely am giving this draft, I'm going to give it a B- for right now. Turn it up. I'm going to give it a straight 81. I think that's where I'm going to go with it. When I start at 42 with Kamari Lassiter, the Houston Texans didn't trade up after all the rumors and news and speculations that the Texans were looking at trading up. They decided to stay firm and stay pat at 42. And it seems to me they were comfortable with the players that were on the board and ready. And yeah, it sucks. I would have loved to have Kool-Aid McKinstry. If anybody saw me, I had actual Kool-Aid at the draft party. So I was handing it out to a few people. It was unfortunate that we did not get to enjoy the Kool-Aid altogether, but nonetheless, I am not upset with this pick whatsoever. I understand the name isn't anything that a lot of people recognize, but when you deep dive into Kamari Lassiter, you're looking at a really good nickel cornerback situation, guy that can also play safety, guy that can also play the outside corner. He can play anywhere in the secondary. It's exactly that what Kamari Lassiter said as well. And he's got that swag. He's got that energy. He's got that drip. I mean, we all saw him with the lockdown chain. That is awesome. The man was barking like a dog when he got drafted by the Texans. The energy is infectious. He's a big hitter. He fits that D'Amico Ryan swarm mentality. It fits it to a T, and I think he's a fantastic pick for these Houston Texans. So let's slow down on wanting the other players. I'm really liking Kamari Lassiter at 42. We're going to move away from 59. I'll give my reaction at the end for that one. We're going to skip it and go to the 78 overall pick, where the Houston Texans originally had 86, I want to say. The 86th pick or the 89th pick. I could be wrong. It's one of them two. I can't think right now. It is the morning, and I am still very tired. But they moved all the way up with the Philadelphia Eagles at 78 to draft safety out of USC, Kalen Bullock. Now, I'm a big fan of Kalen Bullock, and one of my favorite picks actually from day 2 was him. His skill set is very different than a Jalen Petrie and a Jimmy Ward, who both have similar skill sets. They both play better when they are closer to the football, especially Jalen Petrie. But we got to have a reset year with Jalen Petrie. And now you drafted a Kalen Bullock. You add some youth. You add some depth at that safety position, and I'm loving it. The guy's a big hitter. He has some problems tackling. I will say that. He has some problems wrapping up, but a big-time hitter that is a deep half safety. He is a ball hawk playmaking kind of safety. The Houston Texans needed a guy with that skill set, and again, he has all energy when he's on the football field. When you see Lassiter, when you see Kalen Bullock, and when y'all throw those highlights and y'all are watching them on YouTube, you know, make sure you smash that like button for my channel first before you do any of that. When you're throwing those highlights on, you are going to see that both of these guys are D'Amico Ryans kinds of guys. They are swarm guys. They are full of energy, and I love it. I think they're going to fit well with this Houston Texans team. And now we go back to 59. And 59, the tackle, Blake Fisher out of Notre Dame, was an absolute confusion for me. Absolute head scratcher. I did not like the pick after digesting it a good, 10 hours digesting it or so, I still don't like the pick. I'm not a big fan of drafting a backup tackle at 59. I just don't believe that you needed that. You could have drafted a tackle later. I don't see why they drafted it so high. But again, after digesting it, you really look at this and go, Blake Fisher was the best player available on the board. The Houston Texans obviously liked Blake Fisher a lot. He was the opposite of Joe Alt. He was right tackle. Joe Alt was left tackle, and he played extremely well. He's super young, only 21 years old. A lot of people thought that he could have stayed another year in college and get some more production from him. But overall, very raw, really good film on him, and still picked at 59. High athleticism for him. Someone that is going to translate very well at the right tackle position. But I don't understand it because you have Titus Howard. You extended Titus Howard, okay? Why did you give him an extension if, to me, it feels like they don't have a lot of confidence in the man to begin with? So that is telling me this Blake Fisher pick, yes, I understand it's a swing tackle right now, but you picked him at 59. This isn't just a fourth or a fifth or a sixth round pick. I wouldn't be reacting the way I'm reacting right now. The Houston Texans decided we are going to spend a high pick on a backup. Think about that real quick. On a backup. That means to tell me there is not a lot of confidence with Titus Howard, and I do not like, they've already given so much draft equity to the offensive line so far that it just felt like just not a good move in relative to the rest of the draft. Like, if you didn't feel good about any of the guys that you really needed and your best player available was a tackle, I would have traded down. That's not what I'm doing. Blake Fisher, I know I'm shitting on the pick. I am not shitting on the player. Blake Fisher, I think, is going to be a fantastic player anywhere he went. But overall, the pick just is a head scratcher for me. Titus Howard's had some injuries before. His play at, I don't know, a lot of people, you can say he's really good play, some really bad play. Who knows? I think Titus Howard's just fine at right tackle. I don't want him at left guard. Please don't put him at left guard, or I am absolutely going to lose it. I do not want to see any more guys play out of position. I am tired of it. I do not want to see Titus Howard's old slow ass at left guard. I do not want to see it. I am sick and tired of it. Keep him at right tackle. His profile says right tackle only on Twitter. Keep it that way. The Houston Texans end up at an 81 for me, a B minus for this draft grade, right at a B almost. It's a solid day. You got some solid players, but, day 3 is upon us, and who knows what's in store for the Houston Texans. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.